What stood out for me as the biggest story of 2021? Well, let me give you some clues. Timber, crisps or potato chips, and a car that runs on petrol. Yes, supply chain issues. I was talking to a fund manager friend of mine, and they were really excited to have their first transatlantic flight to see clients face to face since travel restrictions lifted. And they looked out the window as the plane came into land, and the view was of a long line of container ships queuing to get to port to unload. This has been a year of stuff stuck in transit. Back in March, that enormous container ship, Ever Given, got wedged in the Suez Canal. Do you remember that? There were huge repercussions. There were hundreds of vessels that got stranded either side, and it went on for an awfully long time. They say the cost to international trade was about 15% of it, at $9.6 billion a day. It's just extraordinary. And all kinds of businesses were affected, transport, manufacturing, retail, not to mention insurance. Strains in global systems like dated infrastructure, a lack of investment, slow digitalisation, they've all been exacerbated by the pandemic and by Brexit. Another reason for the severe shortage of truck drivers in the UK. So while oil producers were pumping, fuel stations run dry. I remember driving to 6 different petrol stations and then queuing for 2 hours when I found one was open to fill up my car. And if you've had any DIY or home renovations plans, you might have found that the shortage of timber has been a problem holding things up. Really, supply has really shrunk there, and that's hit the whole construction industry. And glitches at the factory of the people who make these snacks created weeks and weeks of issues. They say that the disruption to supplies is going to last well into the new year, well into January. They've even issued a newspaper advertisement to apologise to customers, to apologise to shoppers. So shortages, empty shelves, dissatisfied customers, those are things that are very likely to continue into the year ahead. And I'm not quite sure whether or not I should eat these because they might fetch a good price if I put them on eBay.